That long argument that we have about, I mean, not argument, but discussion we have about writing, that my understanding is that you should write every day. If you write every day, every day, every day, no breaks, no stops, you get to places in your unconscious that you're unaware of, and things come out. Situations, events, names. That's the thing about writing every day in the unconscious. It's all there. It's all there. I mean, you just don't have to think about it. You just have to write it. You see this stuff all the time. It's just like there's all these things happening, and they kind of filter. For me, they filter their way into fiction. Why was she crying? Well, who knows why she was crying? It's like somebody insulted her, somebody died, maybe she's happy, maybe she has to move back to Tulsa. Who knows? But you just decide on one of those things. She has to move back to Tulsa. Oh shit, and that's trouble because her uncle's kind of weird. And, you just go with it. That's fiction, right? Capitalism works like this. They will steal every fucking iota of your life. If you do everything that you're supposed to do at work, you will die an empty husk who never did anything for yourself. That's a fact. It's just a fact. It's just true. And I think it's as true as in pornography as it is at Exxon. Nobody really cares about you. I mean, and so the sex industry is interesting because it's so personal, so physical, but and it's bad. But I don't know any job that's good. You imagine somebody doing Debbie's job. This is like, what are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna be fucking all day long. That's how you're gonna do it. And how are you gonna? Well, then first you have to fuck, and then you can't do it too hard. You can't do it too soft, and then you have to make sure that he comes and that everybody sees it, and that you're pretending that you like it. So you have to keep on saying all these things that you're not feeling. But there are people, there's 15 people in the room. They're taking pictures and cameras, and people are telling you what to do. Day after day. That's like, it's a better job than McDonald's. I do believe that, but because you get paid better, but the notion of like doing that day after day, it's not erotic.
It's a job.
And that job, seems like hard work that you might get paid for, but nobody really likes you for it. They don't like you for doing the job. They just, no more than they like you the way if you serve their food, they don't really care about you. Even though you do your best to, be there for it. And I just find it so interesting because it's such a major part of our culture, and at this point a major part of our economy. And the book is about how people look down on and are kind of like repulsed by in certain ways the people who perform, and this is including the people who perform. They also have that bad feelings about themselves, about using sexuality in such a way, and having all these kind of regular middle class American dreams. Once I understood that she was that what I had to do was not, and put this in quote, idealize her the way that men often do or that women often do, to the opposite sex, and to say these are the experiences that she's having, and this is how she's having them. And I think the thing that my editor said, which was very good, how she sees men and how she sees other women, I think that is qualitatively different. And how she has to deal with them is qualitatively different. I didn't start writing until I was 34. I didn't get published until I was 38. So in essence, I was already a failure when I started writing. And so, I felt like I was a failure. I didn't feel bad. Because other people are successful. People are like, famous, or sports heroes, or movie stars, they're, scientists, they invented things, I was just going from place where I had a job, I made some money, I paid my rent, So but as far as, the greater culture, I was a failure, And once you're a failure, the great thing about being a failure, you're always a failure. That never goes away. You're always a failure. And so being successful as a writer didn't mean a lot to me. I mean, it meant I was like, wow, this is great. I can get some money. I can don't have to go back to that stupid job. I can do this, I can do that. But I didn't feel like a lot of young people I know this. They actually think that they're great. Wonderful. I did this. I wrote this book. You know, and like it's like, come on, man. It's, you know.